Well, I don't know why the video wasn't playing. Well, good evening, good evening. Look, I guess that video was so nice we had to play it twice. So some of y'all saw that 2 times. Let me change so my name for everybody here. And then also if you could just so kindly put in the chat where you are calling in from. Please, I would love to know where everybody is from here. And we are going to get this thing kicked off the right way. Let me change my name. Yet I am a money magnet, but I am not Chris or Tim. I am Jermaine Johnson, and I am blessed and honored to be your guest presenter for the evening. And before they reprimand me for not recording this, let me get this recorded. So everybody agree?
Recording in progress.
Let's go. So look here. It would be wrong of me not to at least say happy holidays. Thank you for taking out of your beautiful holiday season and weekend, and this though Monday prior to Christmas. For those of you in the United States and in other countries, they also celebrate Christmas. And so thank you for taking time out of your day and evening. And then also, I would like you to thank the person that invited you here, because they saw some life-changing information, some information that they deemed worthy enough to put their name on the line and to trust you enough and to show it to you. And so that takes a lot of courage sometimes, because a lot of people, I mean, it's hard to share sometimes though with people that you know, like, and trust, because everybody's so critical today. But how can you be critical when you find something that is truly working for so many people? And what we're talking about is Riman. That's what you've been invited to see. And Riman simply stands for reborn, rebirth, gift of God, and independence. And I'm Jermaine Johnson on behalf of my beautiful wife and I from Scottsdale, Arizona. She was one of the first cover girls for the company. Y'all know her. And so we're just happy just to be a part and to be a part with you and to share this actual the moment in time. They told me that all of us have a date with destiny. It's just for you to keep the appointment. And I pray that this is a part of some of your dates with your destiny, because so many people are praying, looking for something right now to do differently in 2026. So why not take a look at this now. And so what you're seeing is Riman, and I'll tell you more about it. But what you see there are our three pillars, our three product lines. And the first one is ICD, stands for Intercellular Dermatology, Lab, which is our body care and our hair care, and then our Lifening, which is our personal care for your internal health. And so with that said, guys, we are going to be very expeditious here. And so, Ramon, as you see on the screen here, look, when I first saw this, and I must tell you, yes, I'm Jermaine Johnson. Yes, and I don't make any apologies because, some people say, well, he sounds salesy or he sounds like a preacher. Well, guess what? Yeah, I used to be one of the top 5 youth pastors in the nation. I've been in Charisma, Christianity Today, Promise Keepers, BTTBN. I see y'all there in the boardroom. Hi, Relitza. I see y'all. Anyway, and so are all of y'all there that are even watching this at corporate office. Welcome. And so, yes, I used to be all of that. But then even prior to being that in the church or in the ministry, some of the deacons at the church used to take me around to those Amway conventions 35 years ago, right? Some of y'all remember. I'm going to be transparent. I've been there, done that. I've done it all. Amway, Primerica, ACN, Excel, candle parties, shoe parties, lingerie parties. Y'all forgive me about that one. Pray for me. I'm sorry. Look, I did everything. Y'all can laugh. Cutco, Kirby. I sold the knives, the vacuums, legal plans. It was there. I made about $1 million. And honestly, I used to be broke, raking up pennies to buy hot dogs and Top Ramen. And so when I saw these other people that they were doing it and they had time freedom and financial freedom, I had to be a part. And to go from being broke to making then $30,000 in a day and on up to 50, it was just crazy. But I knew that, look, if God had done it for someone else, he could do it for me too. And so I just had to position myself in the right environment. And so it was about 15 years ago that my wife and I got exposed to the skincare industry. And we saw that this was something that people love, that women love, that everybody love, even though men are taking better care of themselves because the bro glow movement is real. But I needed to know, was this worth my time? Because I don't got time to play. And I did look, when I saw that this was already established in 2018, right, it had been proven, had already done $2.5 billion in revenue, billion with a B, rated as the #1 K beauty brand, had already sold 40 million bottles of just this one cream right here, our active cream. And so they said, look, because we've been so successful in this industry of K-beauty, which was tradition, but now it's trending. Now let's open up in the United States. So they opened here in the United States, March the 18th, 2023. My wife and I got started 18 days after they launched here. And since then, we've opened Taiwan, Hong Kong, Mexico, Singapore, Malaysia. Why am I emphasizing this? Because Forbes magazine says the best time to get into an opportunity is when they're doing a product launch or global expansion. So let's keep it going. The Philippines, United Kingdom, Japan, and 2026, we're going into Italy, Spain, Ireland, Colombia, Chile, and Peru. Look, it doesn't get any better than that. And what you're seeing there on the screen, that is the house of Riman in Irvine, California, that we paid $14 million cash for, 33,000 square foot building, guys. But guys, we just continue, as you see there on the bottom, the Riman Village. I'll tell you more about that. But here's where it starts with Dr. or Chairman Han, the #1 product formulator in all of Asia. Hold on. It doesn't get any better than that. The #1. And look, he was already creating and doing these things. He saw his daughter and said, look, what if I could create something that could allow everybody to maintain their youthful glow despite their ethnicity, their age, their skin type? And he went to work, and this is what he came up with. And this is Riman ICD, which stands for Intercellular Dermatology, Lab, and Lifening. Now, our distinctions are right here. This is what's so powerful. And this is what we call the Trinity of transformation. Why? Because of our Beyond Pool, but we made our own plant. hold on, I'll say that one again. We made our own plant. We're not white labeling anything. We made our own plant. We took Asiatic pennyworth, also known as tiger grass or Centella asiatica. And some of you have seen tigers over in Asia wallowing around in what they call tiger grass. Well, they found out because of its healing principles and properties, it was healing their cuts and wounds. So what Chairman Han did, he took this Beyond Poo plant, then he took Jeju lava energy water, right? And I know there's some people here where you're well versed geographically. And so you say, well, can't you get lava energy water in other places? Well, yeah, you can go over to Spain, but it's too sandy. You can go to Japan, it's contaminated. Hawaii, it's too deep. So you have to go to Jeju Island, which is a UNESCO heritage site, right? It is the Hawaii of South Korea. People in Korea want to retire there. My wife and I just got back. I'm telling you, it's amazing. And he took this water, took this plant, and grew it 5 times larger, as you see down there on the screen. And then the nanoliposoma technology, try to say that a few times. What does that mean? A lot of products out there, they only do skin care or they go on the top of the skin. As I like to say, they mask, but they don't go into the lower epidermis, right? With our formulations, we can do nanoliposoma technology that penetrates through the layers of skin. So we just don't say that we do skin care, we do skin repair. Y'all should write that down. So just to show you, this is how we're able to bring luxury skincare at an affordable cost because of our vertical integration. This is how we're able to go seed to sale, farm to face, guys, because we own everything. We own our own solar power stations. We don't have to, right? We don't have to put that cost to the customer. We own our own farms. We own our labs. We own our research center. We own the power to find. Look, we own it all. So therefore, this is how we're able to do it. But you don't have to take my word for it. Take a look at Jeju.
Jeju Island, the birthplace of Inselderm, where nature and tradition inspire transformation. Made different, elevated to its full potential. The world's first and only smart farm for Pyeongpool, introducing the first of its kind, Giant Pyeongpool. Infused with Jeju lava energy water, a powerhouse of intense hydration and radiant vitality. Experience the legendary glow and lifting effect of K-Beauty. Experience the difference, a difference you'll love. The all-new Inselderm, Riman.
A difference you love. And I hope you saw that packaging there. See, because that packaging was done by Pentagram. They are a Madison Square Garden, a New York, they are the leading marketing firm for like Lululemon, Louboutin, Gucci, and Louis Vuitton for their fragrances. Well, they did all of our packaging. So when people feel this, they know it's luxury, guys. But this also just shows you the heart and the integrity, because I told you up front, I've been in this industry 35 years, and I've heard a lot of companies and CEOs say that they're going to build their distributors, they're going to build them a resort, or they're going to buy them an island and all of that. Well, guess what? Do you know that what the owners of Riman did is they took their first year's profit and they built us a resort on Jeju Island? Those are our pictures from just going there, guys. As you see it, guys, it's amazing. But then the farms themselves, and I had been doing this presentation for over 2 years, and you know, but when you go and you see it and you see the plant, you're sitting in there and you're there with the formulators and telling you about why no one else in the industry of cosmetics and skincare can do what we're doing. And then the window rolls up and you see just this sea of Beyond Poo there. It's like, I mean, it's guys, you gotta experience it. It's unreal. I even ate some of it, y'all. Look, I'm just telling you, you gotta do it, guys. And so, with that said, this is our ICD. This is our oil base and our water base. And I know some of you all have been sitting there since the beginning of the presentation saying, "Well, look, you're a man, so you don't do all of this stuff, and also you are an African American man, right?" And I know, right, right. Look, because look, my grandmama, they used to all say it, black don't crack and beige don't age and Asian don't raisin. But guess what? That's a lie. Look here. If you don't learn to take care of your skin, look, you will start to experience something called slippage. Y'all know what slippage is? That's when things start slipping and sliding in ways that you never thought they would. So you better learn to take care of your skin. So I do the water during the day, the oil at night. My wife and I do. But what is so profound is what Dr. Blair or Dr. Matlock, he's the Beverly Hills 90210 doctor to the stars. He was on our scientific advisory board. And he said, what makes K Beauty so unique is their practices of cleansing, hydration, and protection. Actually, they double cleanse and double hydrate. So he says it takes care of your past, your present, and your future. I love it. This is our ICD line, but I needed to know, look, does it work for everybody? When we got started here, we didn't have before after pictures. So I began to do my research and we began to go get them from everybody. And this right here is amazing to see people. And it doesn't matter what your age is. And honestly, for children, guys, because some of the kids now, as they get bullied at school, it's sometimes because of how they look. So I tell people all the time, I don't sell skincare. I share skincare. I sell compliments and confidence. That little young lady, that princess in the middle of the page there, we were down in Dallas, Texas. So my wife and I doing a presentation. In one application of the regimen, her eczema cleared up on her skin. I mean, seriously, guys, look, pictures are worth 1,000 words. I needed to see before afters, all the time, guys. There's so many of us. Look, me in the corner, I love my mother, but I began to look like her under my eyes. And I said, okay, look, no, I need to do something here, right? And so my wife said, you need to use the product more. So I started to use the product more, and my eyes started to change. In the middle of the screen there, MJ Kim had 4 children. After her 4th child, her skin just took a turn and she went to using these products. That's MJ Kim right now. Her skin is flawless. Tim Her, and look, the stories go on, but we're going to keep it going because when they came out with this collagen melting mask, some people online call it the magic mask. I like to highlight it because this is something for those of you that are into TikTok and Instagram. Oh, I dare you to do this right on your face on TikTok and just put your URL up there for people to go shop at. Look, we did it on TikTok. I didn't even know what TikTok was, but people began asking us about it because it has 100% New Zealand collagen. Here's guys. Anyway, that's my wife and I'm doing it. I'm not even going to show you all of that. I'm just going to tell you it gets better and better because they also just came out with what I call healthy makeup because I did not know the toxins that are in some of the makeups and the lip oils and all of these types of things, guys. We have a cushion that gives your face that airbrush effect, just like a Chanel, but you don't pay that Chanel price. It is insane. You have to take a look at all of this, right? All of the lip tints and all. This line right here is huge, right? That's a vertical by itself where somebody could really begin to just really make some additional income. So I'm going to transition to business because I want you now to begin to think bigger. I want you to think larger than just yourself. See, because you're already falling in love with the product, but I'm not done yet. Guys, the hair care, beauty by veganology. Now, look, I didn't know about the hair care though before I went bald, but I wish I had. So it's too late for me. But I'm but look, I'm just telling you, look, this right here, we are getting story after story of the hair care, but then the body oil or the body cream, the actual lotion, and they don't call it lotion, it's the body cream. It's amazing, but the body wash feels like you're bathing in lotion. Look, you got to try it. But the hair care alone, this has been documented in Korea. See, the difference in the United States and Korea is Korea, they don't put anything on their TV that has not been proven or documented. See, but this right here, after using the actual hair treatment, after 1 week of use, 83% of your scalp trouble level has decreased, 29% of your moisture level has increased, 20% of your strength level in your hair has increased. And after 4 weeks of use, 62% of hair loss has decreased. That's huge. We're getting story after story of people growing their hair back into from I mean all the different things from burn patches or alopecia and then cancer patients. This right here is amazing. And then for those of you on the line that you're a beautician or a barber, this is a line that you could add in to your brand portfolio. So watch this. Now, this is our third pillar, lifening, and this is vitality from within. And the first one is our Deep Talk Plus. And I didn't know that men and women should have 25 to 35 grams of fiber per day. I didn't know how many people struggle with irregularity. We don't talk about these things, but I didn't know that not being regular leads to senility and dementia. Guys, and I've worked in the healthcare industry, so I knew of it, but I didn't know of this. I think it was Bill Gates was right. He said, you need to either learn to make food your medicine, or else one day medicine will be thy food. And he said that on his deathbed. And this is a natural psyllium husk fiber with zinc, goes into the lower intestines and it pulls out the toxin and impurities. It is one of the most, it is the best thing ever. All of my wife's girlfriends, they use this if they're about to travel, because those of you that travel a lot, your circadian clock, you want to get this product. But all of my wife's girlfriends, they come here to get this. We have a lady on the team, and she may be on the call right now. She lost 30 pounds just using this product. Then the Beauty Collagen has a delicious pomegranate blueberry flavor, where we even have restaurants adding this into their drink menu as shots and making a beauty drink menu. So I want you to think larger. Who do you know? Who do you know that has skin? I'll wait. Who do you know that's a barber? Who do you know that's a beautician? Who do you know that's an esthetician, right? Who do you know that has a day spa? How many day spas have you passed? I want you from a business standpoint to begin to think distribution points, because a lot of people, you have already said, okay, I'll try some of the products, but a lot of you are saying, well, I already have too much on my plate. Well, if you want to eat, you better have a lot on your plate. But look, maybe you don't have time, but you know someone who does, or this is a brand that can complement what they're doing. So, what if you were to introduce it to them the way that somebody on my team introduced a esthetician to the stars down in Miami Beach, Florida? Watch this.
So I saw this and I'm like, hey, this is something that I could do while my clients are probably getting a treatment. They might be sitting under the hair steamer. They might be laying back in the sink. This is something that I could do. We do have a skincare department in my spa. I have a skincare specialist that, do these services. But this is something you could probably do on somebody, 15, 30 minutes, and they're going to see the results right away, and they're going to want the product. That is what attracted me to it. I know that the Koreans are notorious for making the best skincare product. Like I said, I don't know what they put in it, if it's, but you see the results right away. Like one of my former employees flew to Korea a few months ago just to go buy skincare. And then when I heard that this was the number one company, I didn't see why I shouldn't partner with them. I mean, my clients are people like Paris Hilton, Naomi Campbell, Claudia Jordan, Aaliyah, Ashanti. I mean, the list goes on and on. And then I have the hip hop dudes too, like Rick Ross, T.I., Memphis Bleak, Ludacris, like Venus and Serena Williams, Dwayne Wade, Shaquille O'Neal. So my list is long, right? It's very impressive. So I know these people are into taking care of their skin. So this is a product that I see that could, enhance my business.
So again, think about who do you know. Guys, you want to think distribution points. Look, I was taught by my mentor that the way to success is to find out where everybody else is going and you get there first. Also, if you're the only one contributing to your income, you forfeit your right for financial freedom. Guys, this right here is huge. Wages earn you a living, profits earn you a fortune. Work full time on your job, part time on your fortune. And you can even get creative with this. I already told you, we have restaurants carrying our collagen. We have beauty shops and barbers in Houston and Oklahoma, right? Adding it into their brand portfolio. My wife and I, we even went and sponsored Arizona Fashion Week. So I want you to think bigger, guys, because some of you are just thinking, right, within your own, but look, think larger. But look, from a business standpoint, look, numbers don't lie, people do. I studied this and I saw, hey, was this worth my time? Again, the global K beauty industry just within the United States, 2019 did $10 billion. It's predicted to do 30 billion by 2029. The K influences everywhere. Netflix said 60% of its content or watchers are watching something with Korean content. Turn on the Grammy Awards. K-pop has its own section in the Grammys and all the award shows. Now, I don't think I've heard of Korean country yet. Well, they probably do have it. Look, and then Shake Shack, guys, that right there, Shake Shack just added on a Korean inspired menu. Look, success leaves clues, but wait, Vogue just said that Korean skincare is like living in the year 2050. And then the United States just said that Korean skincare is on track to be one of the largest GDPs imports. I don't care about tariffs. They're already saying it. Look, they can't stop this and they want it here. But when they know that you are being first to market. You have the rights to distribution, franchising opportunities of the number one K beauty brand. Let's talk business, guys. Look, we used to live in the day of brick and mortar. Now we live in the day of click and order. Y'all should write that down. 71% of people, they buy online and they buy from brands and people that post videos online. Y'all got that? So again, who do you know? Your own inner circle. Share with them this world of Riman, this movement and mission to help people discover their light from the inside out with Riman. But then also online, right? You can do that. But then B2B, a lot of these quote unquote opportunities, they don't allow you to go B2B. You can go B2B. So again, who do you know? But guys, look here, everybody gets started. You can get started as a customer. Fine. We have a strong customer rewards program. But look here. And so you do that. Get started as a customer to try the product, get your story, take the 7-day challenge where you take a before picture, use the products for 7 days, take an after picture. I promise you, you'll see the results. But then for those of you that you're sitting on this line and you're just saying, look, please, I don't need to stop at just being a customer. I've been praying for an opportunity, looking for something. In today's society, please, 64% of people are living paycheck to paycheck. 48% of people that are already earning over 6 figures a year are still living paycheck to paycheck. The United States just said the average revolving credit card debt that is not being paid down month to month and just recurring interest is $7,279.81. Let's talk about it. People are looking for a way just to offset the cost of living. Scranton University just said that 48% of people are not prepared for a $400 emergency. Guys, look, we just trying to find. I was talking to a lady on the other day and she said, look, I'm not looking for an easy way out. I'm just trying to find an easier way. And honestly, I just want to be able to breathe again. Look, let us show you this. Get started as a planner, but I tend to call them brand ambassadors because people don't like to plan. So I don't call them planners. You are a global brand ambassador as of today, and you can get started as a brand ambassador for $20. Did he say $20? $20 for the year? Yes, $20. Your annual right, investment to become a brand ambassador. At that point, everything that you share, everything that you retail and purchase, you'll get 10% rebate. Is that good or good? That's good. The church asks for 10%. No, God asks for 10%. So 10% is good. Now, that's for people you just want to do affiliate marketing. That's where I say that is. But for people that understand social selling, social retailing, that's the manager and senior manager position. Pay attention to me quickly. At this point, once you eclipse 3,000 SP, which stands for sales points, or 6,000 SP in 3 months, 3 calendar months, at that point you will begin to get 20% or 30%. Now, what's so powerful about that is once you eclipse that position, your grandfathered there, you are coded there. You never have to requalify for it. So this is for people, look, but also you don't have to make the company's minimums your max. You don't have to wait 3 months. If you understand business and having the best ROI, return on investment, you can purchase up to the manager or senior manager position and start off at 20 to 30%. Oh, see, I had a pastor and a councilman to do that because they understand business. They said, oh, no. And so if you can make the investment, right, if you think in terms of investment and not cost, then you say, hey, why not get started there? And for people that understand, they like building teams. They like helping people. I like to say they love themselves and they love others, and they know that together, TEAM, together everyone achieves more. That's team leader and above, where you begin to get 40 all the way up to about 56%. That's insane. From team leader to director. Now, for the sake of time, I'm not going to take you through the entirety of this compensation plan. There's a video that can do it that'll show you from the retail, you make up to 54%. On the open group, you can make up to 30%. Unilevel, another 5%. Leadership overrides, another 4%. Revenue share, another 1 to 3%. Leadership check match, another 4%. 40%, I'm sorry, guys, let me pause there. This is the portion of your check that you will love, because when you begin to help others hit the team leader position, it's insane. Guys, this is when you begin to find somebody like, let's say Relitza's on this line, and Relitza found Sonny and Sonny found me. Relitza doesn't know me, but because I knew Sonny, right? But guess what? I'm team leader. Everything that I do, Relitza gets 10%. Everything that Sonny does, she gets 20%. And let's say, well, Vicky is on the team as the first level there. She gets 40% from Vicky, and Relitza doesn't even know me, but she sends me postcards saying, go Jermaine, go. That's the way this is. There will be a day where the largest portion of your check will just be from check patch, helping others promote in the compensation plan. Hypothetical, there's also a unilevel, whereas when people start to on a month-to-month basis, because you don't want to leave any money on the table, 1,000 business points per month. Let's say you get started today, December, January, February, March, April. By May, you have 1,000 people in your team. Can it happen? Yeah. And let's say they're all doing 1,000 BP because they don't want to leave that unilevel money on the table. You're still making an extra $33,000 part time. Let's say they do it 90% wrong, 10% right. That's still $3,300, and you're still doing the same amount of work. That won't happen at your job. Let's say they double their amount. Guys, that's 66,000. We have people doing this on a part-time basis here. Now, guys, you want to get started with product, right? Because you can't just say, hey, I'm going to join Riman and you don't have any products. That's like you opening a gas station and you don't have any gas. Or like my dad did. I'll tell you, he opened a shoe store and didn't have any shoes. You can't do that. You're not going to be successful. You want to get you some products. Guys, you can't rub a brochure on somebody's face. And your best billboard is you. So you want to get your story. So for those of you that you want to get started at the manager or senior manager position, you can buy 2 or 4 of the premium kits, or have one person buy 2 of the premium kits, and then someone else on your team, they buy 2. Guess what? Hey, there you go to senior manager. Or let's say you don't want to start there. There's a starter kit plus where you get some of the products, and then the starter kit, which has about 9 or 10 of the products, right? But that's for people that just want to get their personal, they want to put their toe in the water and just try it. Guys, Fine. Get in where you can, get started, but make sure you get some product. If you're in Canada, there's the equivalent in Canada. And then right now, what better time for you to be started? Because some of you are going to get started now, but you're going to catch fire in January. Well, guess what? Just because you're getting started now, getting through the holidays, and let's say you decide to just turn it on. Well, let's say you turn it on January, February, though March, and go straight to the team leader position. They're going to pay you an extra $2,500. You was going to do it anyway, but just because you got started in December, see, because they didn't have this when I got started. I wish they did. And guess what? After that, if you go by June, director, another 5,000, right? By September, another 75. By December 2026, let's say you hit the national director position, another 10,000. That's $25,000 on the work that you was already going to do, bonus. Now, what you're seeing right now, look, you don't have to talk the way I talk. You don't have to be energetic the way I am. Just put people in front of the information. But what better time for you to be getting started tonight, Monday? They're having this same presentation in Irvine at the House of Riman. You're watching it here virtually, but we have people on the team there right now. But tomorrow is your orientation. So everybody getting started tonight, you don't have to do the training. They are going to teach you how to do the ABCs and the 1, 2, 3s of this business. From Michael Hahn to Steve Hahn and everybody else, Eunice and Rosa and Princess, it's going to be off the chart. Then, of course, happy holidays, Christmas Eve, Christmas, but Friday, look, we're going to keep it going because there's some exciting promotions coming out. There's some additional days that are going to be unveiled to you. So you want to get plugged in and decide now, is your business going to be open or closed for the holidays? With that said, as I told you, then we're coming right back, House of Riman, right, on the 29th. Next Monday. So you don't have to live in Southern California to invite people out there where they can try the product and be in front of the first national directors in the entire company. It's insane. Now, global events, because some of you just want to have fun. You just want to party and travel. And well, guess what? Our conventions are a lot of fun. And where we travel and how we travel is insane. So our next convention is coming up the end of February. We are all going to Long Beach. You want to make sure you get there. And then for those of you that really want to travel with us, guys, you have until January the 31st to qualify to get your travel points to qualify to go with us to Costa Rica, the Pura Vida lifestyle. Now, again, you want you want to act local, but think global. And so this is what's going on in 2026. Who do you know? Who do you know in Japan, Australia, Thailand, Italy, Spain, France, UK, Europe, Mexico? Oh man, our offices over there and our teams over there are just exploding. Guys, right now, people are looking to make changes, New Year's resolutions or resolutions about their health and their finances. Well, guess what? We have the answer to both of those. So you want to be telling everybody. Again, people lie, numbers don't. On the screen here, right now today, 350% is the increase in Google searches for Korean skincare in the United States. 56% of American women have shown interest in K-beauty products. 46% of Gen Z consumers are actively using K-beauty products. 80% of women who try K-beauty report high levels of satisfaction, and 70% of these satisfied customers go on to repurchase K-beauty products. Why do I stress that? Because this is not your grandmother's network marketing company. We don't even have a mandatory auto ship because we found out that if we do that, people order less. People actually reorder K-beauty and skincare products 8 to 9 times a year. See, so this right here is insane. So look, I'm telling you.
Our New Year's series is looking at different areas of your life that you could use a reset. This morning, we're talking about skincare. If you've spent any time on social media, you probably know that skincare routines have become very popular in the last few years. In fact, the global skincare industry is projected to be worth more than $260 billion by 2027.
Hold on, 260 billion by 2027. We're going into 2026. The only question now is how much of that market share is going to flow into your bank account or into your household or into your family tree. Guys, look, you just want to position yourself to prosper. Guys, look, Robert Kiyosaki says so many people, they spend their life on the wrong side of the quadrant. And on that side of the quadrant is where people live their entire life as an employee or self-employed. And that's where 95% of the population is and only 5% of the wealth is. You want to get to the right side of the quadrant. That's where you become a business owner and leverage that to become an investor. That's where 95% of the wealth is and only 5% of the population are. Guys, they say it's a sad thing here in America today. One mother can raise 4 children a day, but 4 children can't retire one mother. You go to the Walmart, you see our grandparents still working. Go to the airport or the Costco, you see our grandparents still working. Took one Oprah to change her family tree, one Bill Gates to change his. Who will change yours? Guys, position yourself tonight. I don't love anybody to death. I love you to life, but I want you to live your dreams. I want you to live them out loud, and I want you to live them on your terms. But my mentor told me that when opportunity comes to knock at your door, please don't have to run back to go get your coat. Get back with the person that invited you here and say, hey, look, I want to take the 7-day challenge. I want to get some of those products. Send me your link, right? And then also, why not? I don't have anything to lose. I have everything to gain. Get back with the person that invited you here and say, look, I heard him in the beginning when he said Riman stands for reborn, rebirth, gift of God, and independence. And I love all of those. I want to be a part of that. Welcome to Riman. Welcome to the family. Happy holidays, y'all. Y'all be blessed. Bye.